This is the 18th year for the White Privilege Conference and will be in Kansas City, April 27th through the 30th. We're expecting over 1,000 people to attend the conference, and it's an opportunity for open and honest conversations.
Why it's so important we have this conference in Kansas City today is to recognize our history from where we've come, but also where we're going. And this is the first year that the White Privilege Conference has been very explicit to have a theme of community organizing. We are going to have 4 days of deconstructing and looking at systems of privilege, institutions that we operate in, where we might not naturally see that if we don't take a moment to listen, to hear, and to analyze. But then, most importantly, focus and emphasis of this conference will be about action and how we take that and then move into creating a more inclusive community.
You know, Kansas City, we have a history of racial segregation. For us to have a conversation about race, about inclusion, about belonging, I think this topic of white privilege is one that can actually invite folks into a conversation. And so the topic itself is one that can be agitational, but I think intentionally so, right? And in essence, it does invite folks into a conversation for us to think about what in fact are those systems, institutions, and structures that still perpetuate systemic racism in our city, in our state, and in our nation. And I think it's time for us to have that conversation. That conversation is long overdue in Kansas City. And the specific strategies to change that, to transform those systems, institutions, and structures need to be the work that we take on moving forward.
And I have to admit, at first glance, the name, the White Privilege Conference, was jarring to me because I have never heard of a conference. At the time, I was executive director of Communities Creating Opportunity, and we had been very committed to proactively engage in leading around a frame of race, inclusion, and belonging. And yet, the language of privilege was something we knew we needed to step into. I specifically, as a white leader, knew that I needed to be better equipped to be able to talk about the sea that I swim in. We can't necessarily understand our whiteness if we're swimming in it every day. You can't see the water in which you are until you go outside. And that was what the White Privilege Conference allowed me to do. I did not know I would walk away with structural tools to be able to share with other women.
This being the 18th year, it is another opportunity for Kansas City to be a part of the growth of the nation. So we're real thrilled about it.